So today we are doing 4.5. We're translating from a descriptive form of parabolas and doing domain and range. Today we're not going to have time to do the domain and range part. Okay? So when we have descriptive form, now we've had other forms, right? We had standard form and now our new favorite, which is vertex form. Today we're just going to be shifting parabolas around. So they're going to give us the equation of the original parabola, and we're just going to be shifting it around and finding the new equation. So I have a little chart for us to know what to do. Okay, if we are shifting up, so our parabola is just shifting upwards, is that dealing with the y values or the x values? The y values. So the only thing that's going to change is the y value of the vertex. So we just add, because we're going up. Okay? If we're shifting down, we're just going to subtract from the vertex. Nothing else is changing, just the y value of the vertex is changing. So we subtract from the y value. Okay? So when we're talking about shifting right and left, if we're shifting a parabola to the right, what's changing there, the x or the y values? The x. Now, the thing we have to think about, though, is look at our vertex form. For the x values, we've been taking the opposite, right? Yes. Right here? So if we are shifting something to the right, you would think that we're going to add to the x value, correct? But because of that minus in the vertex form, we're actually subtracting. So when we shift the parabola to the left, our x value is getting added to. So when we're shifting right and left, it's actually the opposite of what you think you're going to be doing. Okay? I made a note of that right here. Note that the x value is inside the parentheses, so the add and subtract value is opposite. Okay? Sometimes it's easier if you sketch the graph to find the new equation or the new vertex. Okay, so sometimes we might want to sketch the graph so that we can see how it's changing. Okay? Okay, so let's look at example 1. I'm going to leave this up. So
you can go to like shifting left.
Okay. So example 1. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. Example 1. If y equals x squared plus 6, and it is shifted down 3 units, what is the new equation? Well, the first thing we want to do is we want to get this all written so that it's in vertex form, right? So let's rewrite it so it's in vertex form. How can we change that x squared so it looks like vertex? X minus, what did we do on the homework? 0 squared plus 6, right? Well, the point of it is so that you know how our vertex form up here on the board has just x minus a number? Okay, it says, in the equation they give us, it says x squared because x minus 0 is just x. So we just expanded it so that we can see it in the vertex form. Okay, just to make it easier for us to look at. Okay, so if we are shifting down, does that have to do with the y values or the x value? The y, and which one's the y, 0 or 6? 6. So how do we write our new equation? Y equals x squared, 6 minus 3 is plus 3. That's our answer. Oh. I took out that minus 0, and I made it simpler. But since we were only working with the y values, we didn't need that, the x. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yes. How did I get 3? Because we shifted down, we just subtracted from the 6. And I'll show you guys what this does. Okay, here's our actual, let's pretend like this is my parabola. It's at x squared plus 6, so it's up here somewhere. If I'm shifting it down 3 spaces, my new parabola is just going to be right here. So the only thing that's changing is the vertex. And it's being subtracted by 3 because we're just shifting it down 3 spaces.
The one is negative, it goes down.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
All right, really quickly, example 2. If y minus 3 equals 2 times x plus 5 squared and it is shifted to the left 3 units, What is the new equation? First of all, am I in vertex form? No, how can I get it into vertex form? Add 3 to both sides. Good. So the equation is going to be y equals 2 times x plus 5 squared plus 3. So we're in regular vertex form. And we're shifting to the left 3 units. What do we know about shifting something to the left? We have to add to the x, right? Which one's the x coordinate here, 5 or 3? 5. So we're just going to add 3 to 5. So my new equation is going to be 2 times x plus 8 squared plus 3.
But then...
That's your answer.
And that's your answer.